Piota Paquita. Yeah, 220 something of them. Yeah, what these guys are is Wi-Fi extenders. They I got them at the auction. They are for like when you have a server in your building and then you go to the other end of the building, you can't get any signal. These little guys will bump up your signal so you can get signal at the end of the building. However, these ones here are a smidge old, and so yeah, I thought I'd bring you in on what they look like. So this one here on the top, the bottom's just plastic too. Top and bottom both plastic. Like ABS. Got a battery in here, obviously. It's got some of these little guys on here which are just like antennas. They transmit, pretty sure. They receive too, I'm sure. Anyway, yeah, nothing too exciting on this side really. However, this side, totally different. As you can see, it's got a huge heat sink here. Got these little gold connectors which aren't so crazy great. These little guys though, let me pop one off and they come out relatively easy. Got to bend down these tabs. Okay folks, I got those things popped off there. And of course they got the nice little gold fingers on them. Got a couple of nice little spots of gold on them there. And of course the connectors got gold in them too. Nothing too great, but something. Those guys are pretty snifty. Now underneath these little guys here, I'll show you what we got. Okay folks, I've taken the time here to strip this guy down here. It took me about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, something like that, not too long. But there's those guys again. This guy right here at the end of my thumb also. That's one of those little gold band crystals. And you can see the gold around the edge, I hope. Right there at the end of my thumb, a little silver guy with a gold band just below the silver. Anyway, this chip, actually all these chips pretty much on this thing are pretty freaking good because they need to be. Because we're transmitting and receiving tiny signals. So, yeah, I expect these guys to have some gold in there too. Oh, there's all the little pieces that I took off that were gold also off this PCB that were convenient. And so we got that. And of course those two little PCBs, which are pretty good. And then this guy here is going to be pretty good, for sure. It had a big heat sink on it, same with these guys, and same with these little guys right here. Those two, they had heat sinks on them also, so that means they're really cranking some juice. And yeah, they're not power or anything, but yeah, they're trying to keep them cool so they don't burn out. And probably all these other ones will have a little bit, maybe, I'm not positive, but for sure, I think those 5, the big one, these 2 there, and then these 2 here, for sure. So, yeah, that one's not too bad. Yeah, these, I also had 3 of those little crystals on here. One was here, and one was here, and one was over here somewhere anyway. The third one I popped off, and they're in this pile down here. Those guys are said to be very good. I've never processed any, but I'm gonna process some now. Anyway, that's that guy there. Not so bad. And of course, it's got a little bit of magnetics here, you know, just some magnetic steel I throw on in there. And we'll of course recycle that too. Get it all here with my paws. Yeah, and then of course it has a nice extruded heat sink, which is a nice piece of aluminum that goes in the heat sink pile. And we got a little bit of wire here also, and so I put the wire over there. There we go. Oh, it's got one more of these guys here with the gold ends on them, so I'll strip that one off too and stick it on in there. Okay folks, that's basically it for that one. Let's see this one here. This one here, of course, I got it unscrewed already too. The top's all plastic, except it's got a little bit of brass in those screw holes there. They won't sweat it too much, obviously. Not much there. Here's the same PCB, similar to that. Not quite exactly the same. You can see it's got similar stuff, so it's got the big aluminum heat sink. It's got 2 of those PCBs, one here and one here, that'll have that gold on it. This one here's got like this goo stuff over the connectors though, which makes it a little bit more of a hassle to get the gold off these guys, but not terrible. And so anyway, very similar to this one here. And this one here is going to have some of those little gold band crystals on there also. I am sure of it. They might be underneath. Oh, here's one right there. There's one right there. Right there. So yeah, those guys are pretty good. I've heard several people say that, so I know they're good. And there's a couple underneath here too. I think there's 3 on this one also, maybe 4. This one had 3. The other thing about this guy here that's different, this is cast aluminum. So it's got an extra little bonus in there. That goes in the cast aluminum department. But yeah, almost exactly the same. These guys are all these guys are all the little conductive material to strip the heat off of those chips I was telling you about. And here's another heat sink. This guy here obviously gets very hot here. We got it heat sinked up good and proper. Yeah. So yeah, we'll turn to that one here in a few minutes too. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's look at the big one. Yeah, big one on the top's yeah, plastic. Got some of the brass insets there. Now this guy here, look at that thing. Now this is very cool. This is very good. Everyone sees a separate card, right? Kind of like these little cards, but a bigger one, obviously. And if we release one here, you can see it's got the gold fingers on there. And it's shielded both sides. Underneath here, it's got quite a bit of gold also. This guy here, if you look at the edge of this guy here, with my thumb I'm touching, yeah, it's a nice gold strip along there to grab up some signal. A little bit of gold on the bottom there, right there by my thumb, those 3 pieces. And every one of these cards, of course, is just like that. It's got 8 of them. So it's pretty worthy outfit here. Yeah, this is also, of course, got a fan on in there. See this side, it's got a big old heat sink chip there. This guy here, you can see it's got a little piece of gold sticking out there. This guy, one underneath here will be very good. Oh, and it's also got this, a nice memory card. Those are always good. They always got a little bit of gold in the chips, and of course the gold there. And a little gold in the sky, right? That's one of those gold band deals here. Pretty sure it's a crystal. I'm looking at it, it's got some frequency on there, so I'm pretty sure it's crystal of some sort. So not only does it have this one, it's got one here, little gold band crystals. That one's marked X1101. And it's got one here, it's got one there. So yeah, it's got a bunch of them on here, and pretty big ones, as you can see. Yeah, these chips will be very good. That's a Broadcom chip, that'll be good. This guy will be. Yeah, pretty good outfit on this guy here, no doubts about it. Like I said, all these guys here just snap out here. That. And actually, they come apart pretty quick as far as taking apart this stuff. I can show you some here that I've been wailing on a little bit. And these guys aren't really done. These guys are, of course, not stripped off or anything, but yeah, I got a significant amount of work to do to get that going. But here's one of those cards. That's what's underneath, you know, these guys here. So pretty good gold there, right? Those 3 pieces, nice strips here. And same with the other side. These 3 here, nicely long strip there. Yeah, and they got some of those gold band crystals on there too. I'm looking here, I don't see it right. Oh yeah, there's one right there. Right at the tip of my thumb, right there. I think there's a couple on each one. Anyway, pretty fantastic PCBs there, all in all. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. Ah, You see, that's how many I did so far. This is all plastic here. And I stripped off the mounting brackets and stuff and got them kind of prepared to where I'm doing this now. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I'm gonna like it. I am liking it. Yeah, it's pretty fun for me. You might not like it, I don't know. But for me, I like this stuff. Oh, this is another thing cool about these guys here. It's not only got all that stuff, but where is it? Oh, here it is right here. This is a USB. If I can get it off there, it's in there. Golly, that one's really tough. I got a hold of it. Yeah, it's a little 2 gig USB, right? So every one of them's got a 2 gigger in there. So it's kind of cool, all in all. I'm enjoying it. And of course there's a little gold in these guys too, if you don't want a bunch of 2 giggers floating around, which I'll probably operate on all of them because 2 gigs is pretty small nowadays. Yeah, it's all in all very, very good. I'm very happy about that. And of course, like I said, I got them at an auction. Yeah, all in all together, it was only just a little over $100 for all of them. And so I have to get 2 grams of gold or more. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that. I think one of these guys, just one with all these little cards here, could be maybe a couple tenths, you know? I'm not positive because I haven't done one yet, but just by looking at how much is on each one of them, maybe a couple tenths per these big guys. If I get 2 or 3 grams, I'll be thrilled, you know? So I don't need to, I'll be happy just to process them and do videos and have fun doing it because this is my hobby. One of my hobbies. Anyway, yeah, having a lot of fun doing it. And oh, look at these guys here. This is some of the ones I've been whaling on here. You can see I got a little old school gold in there too. Getting down to the root of it. So, one by one, baby, one by one. Peace, baby. I got work to do. And I'm pretty lonesome. Have a great day. I love you, man. Peace, baby.